Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be making what we call the Ember glowstone ring. This is a ring I really like. Essentially what we did is we went and we rounded up all of our favorite ingredients and we decided to put them all in one ring. I love this one. We start out with a black ceramic ring blank. This is a really awesome material. It's super strong and durable, but it's also simultaneously very light and incredibly scratch resistant. This will last for decades on decades and still look brand new. Then we go ahead and inlay it with a bunch of interesting ingredients. First is this Black Fire Opal. I love the way this looks. It's pretty dark and subtle, but when it catches the light right, it has so many amazing colors that it gives off. So really kind of interesting addition to the ring. Next is Amethyst. I've always loved working with Amethyst. I've been using this since 2015. It's such a fun material. It's a deep, dark purple. It's very subtle, and it also adds a bit of depth to the ring because it's slightly transparent. So it just kind of gives it a really interesting and natural look. And then the final inlay ingredient, these are meteorite shavings. So this is a chunk of Muoniana lusta. This is what we use in all of our meteorite rings. It has this amazing pattern, and as we're cutting it, we get these shavings, and we don't like to waste any of it, so we collect these. We're going to be adding that to the inlay. You'll see how it looks in the finished ring. So that's all three of the inlay materials. The base of the ring, we're going to do glow, obviously. So this is green strontium illuminate glow powder. This is going to add such a cool glow in the dark effect to it. And green's also our brightest color, so I really like working with that. And then we're going to be adding our astrodust obsidian color pigment to it. That'll make it really dark. This whole ring is just kind of a black on black theme. So that's an overview of everything we're doing here today. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I'll put my expanding ring mandrel into my lathe and make sure it's running centered. Then I'll go ahead and put one layer of electric tape around it. That's going to provide a little bit of cushion and protect the black ceramic ring blank. Now I need to make my glow mixture, so in a separate vial, I'll mix the glow powder along with the obsidian astrodust. I'll go ahead and shake that up and make sure it's the color I want. Now for this ring design, I like to add the meteorite shavings directly to the glow powder. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm weighing out the correct ratio, and then I'll go ahead and add that to our mixture. Now it's time to move on to the inlay. My first step is going to be putting down a thin layer of medium viscosity CA. That'll make it sticky, that way the glow mixture will stick to it. Now one by one, I'll go ahead and add in the amethyst pieces exactly where I want them. So the amethyst I strategically placed one by one in the ring, but for the opal I try to just jam as much of that as I can into the ring blank. So I don't need to be as strategic here. I'm going to go ahead and put down a layer of CA, and then I'll just pour as much opal as I can fit in here, and I'm catching the excess and I'll recycle that and use that to try to inlay again on the next pass. Now at this point, I have all of the inlay pieces exactly where I want them. It's time to go ahead and add some super thin viscosity CA. This does a very good job of traveling around the entire ring inlay and making sure that we have adhesive all over the ring, and so that none of the pieces will ever fall out. And then from here, I'm just going to be layering on the glow mixture until the entire inlay extends beyond the edges of the ceramic ring blank. Now after accelerating the CA, I give it about 10 minutes to cure, and then I come back with my Dremel, and it's time to go ahead and start grinding down the inlay. I'll just continue grinding down until the inlay is flush with the rest of the ring blank, and the closer I get, the more careful I am not to scratch the ceramic. Now a couple of dabs of super thin CA to fill in any voids. And then finally, it's time for the sanding and polishing steps. So you guys know the drill here. I start with about 220 grit sandpaper. I work my way up to about 2000 grit, and then I switch over to my Astrotech polish and give it its final shine.